What's up, everybody? Dark Knight 316, Robert Ruler Gaming, and this is Tackles and Takedowns. So, did Jacob Fatu acknowledge his tribal chief, or did he not acknowledge it, since that was the stipulation of if Jacob Fatu lost, then he would have to acknowledge the tribal chief?
Just real quick, something with the lighting. So if we look a little off,
yeah,
something with the lighting's going on.
So we'll take a look at Raw. We'll also take a look at SmackDown results. And then a little bit of NXT, and then we'll play the best game in wrestling on YouTube and all the socials is Wrestling 20 Questions. And last week, I was able to get it right at the very end. So if you didn't see that one,
yeah, I was able to cheat right at the very end to be able to get it. But everybody has a price.
All right, that's not who it was, but all right. So we see here that it shows that Jacob Fatu liberated Roman Reigns and the Usos, so he did not acknowledge the tribal chief like everybody else acknowledges the tribal chief. He did not do that. And then you see the Street Profit interrupted the vision to make it clear that they want the World Tag Team Champion. Then, for some reason, I don't know why Joe Hendry's in the, in like the whole Fire Logan Paul thing. I must have missed that on the reason why.
Well, because it's a 6-tag match.
Well, it ended up becoming that, but I don't know why he having a feud with it. But when it shows that Penta and Javon Evans by Ethan Page and Rusev. Now, that's an interesting tag team of Ethan Page and Rusev, but I think it's only going to be short-lived. I think Penta or Rusev and Ethan Page want the IC belt, so maybe, just maybe, we'll see Penta actually lose the belt, and they may. I see them going to giving Ethan Page the IC belt over Rusev, even though Rusev should be the one that gets it. But I mean, if he got squashed by Javon Evans, I mean, that was in the tournament at WrestleMania when they were all in the IC fight for it. So, and then you see that supposedly Asuka is retiring.
Did they spell Asuka wrong?
And yeah, they messed that one up on the. But yeah, she's retiring, and she's saying that Io Sky is going to take over as her protege, basically, and then. It was a heartfelt thing. They're all whining and crying and stuff like that. But then we see the Judgment Day laid waste to the women's tag team champions, Paige and Brie Bella. So the Judgment Day women won the tag team titles, which then I saw on MSNBC or MSN.com that they said that now Brie Bella, Nikki Bella, Paige, and AJ Lee are free agents. So I don't know if that means that they could go to SmackDown or Raw and NXT, or if they could go to any show, because they said that they're not appearing on any shows right now. So I don't know if that's their long break that they wanted to have, or it's storyline, or if they're really done with wrestling.
And they didn't even come back for that long.
I know. So it's already this is really weird. And you see Io Sky defeated Sol Ruka, which I think they're trying to push Sol Ruka now. I mean, to me, she reminded me of of Lita. So I think she might be the next Lita. But I'm surprised she recovered quick. I mean, they said that she had to get a couple staples. But if you didn't see from the NXT, that botched table shot where she was supposed to fall off the edge and land on the tables, she hit her head on the tables, and the tables never broke. And then this one was dumb because it said Obafemi did an open challenge match. Nobody came to go and challenge him, so he went backstage and beat up on a bunch of people. And they said there that he got the Los, what was it?
Los
Garza. Yeah, and he went there and beat him up for it, which is kind of dumb. But I didn't know that they were putting AAA championship on the line on Raw, but they had Dominic Mysterio against the original El Gran Americano for the Mega Champion.
Wait, so did they already have the mask versus mask match?
No, that's coming up, I believe, Saturday. Or they might have already had it. I don't think so, though. But,
as Los Americanos and Los Americanos Hermanos. Like, that's funny. So...
yeah, and then we have Roman Reigns' acknowledgement ceremony. Instantly turned to chaos as Jacob Fatu annihilated both the OTC and Jimmy and Jason. He's doing that, I think they call it like the Tonga Death Grip, which was what Umaga used.
So he's now like strong enough to beat all three of them. Nobody can take him out, like things like that.
Yeah, he's strong enough. He must have got that after he got supposedly hit by a car from Drew McIntyre or somebody who hit him by the car, but apparently he has now all the strength by doing that Tonga Death Grip. So, all right, we'll look at SmackDown, see if anything interesting was on that one. So let's see, SmackDown. That was dumb. The Gingerbread Man reanimates Sami Zayn, but here they go. Jacob Fatu warned the Usos he will defeat Roman Reigns at Backlash. So they already had the Backlash. So this is the old.
So this is the old one, yeah. So it's not going to come.
So we don't need to see this one then. We'll look at the NXT then, because that was some interesting stuff on the NXT. Right there.
Oops.
Oop. Did you click on the AAA? Here you go. So we'll look at this one. This one happened already. So Izzy Dame lays out the NXT Women's Champion Lola Vice appointed message. So I don't know if they'll give it to Lola Vice, like have her keep it or give it to the new one. But this is a North American Champion. Tatum Paxley and Lizzie Rain defeat Zarya and Nikita Leone. So I don't know if they're trying to put them in tag team for the tag team titles or if they're running in for
it's probably it looks like it might just be
like going to be a fatal four-way.
Yeah, for the
North American
women's title. So Naruku defeated Lance Dorado. This is that Naruku's a new guy who came.
Yeah, he was that Japanese guy from last time. From New Japan.
Birthright defeats Shawn Legacy, EK Prosper, and Tate Wilder. I like that Birthright.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny.
And then you got Jackson Drake defeating Naomi Dar. Which I'm like, he's I remember that name from Impact, right?
Jackson Drake looks like that guy who used to be on AEW. The guy who was in Chris Jericho's stable.
Sammy Guevara?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does kind of look like that. At least in that pose.
So, Noam Dar is officially back. Alrighty, then.
Then the Dark State knocks the Vanity Prophet into Micah Lockwood's arm.
See, what they need, though, is they need to start pushing some of these NXT tag teams, like Birthright and all them, because the tag team on the current roster isn't that good. Like, Kalani Jordan defeats Kendall Gray.
Some weird names.
So, two of NXT's best are squaring off right now. Izzy Dame lays out NXT Women's Champion Lola Vice. That's the one who pushed Sol Ruka off and almost killed her. So,
yep. And that's not good for that one. But, yeah, that's all the wrestling news that we know here. Any other ones you want to talk about on the wrestling? All right. So then, cue up the video.
Take a look.
It's wrestling 20 question times, guys. All right, let me cue up my character.
All right, wrestling 20 questions.
Yes. Okay. Let me.
Trying to figure out though what is going on with this light. What's it shining off of? That's like, see, this is a little bit good, and then after it's Yeah, I don't know what it's pointing. Something with the reflection pointing at it to make it, because it looks like a rainbow in the back. So.
Okay. All right, so let me cue it in there so we can get the numbers going. All right, so if you didn't know what Wrestling 20 Questions is in this episode, Robert Wheeler Gaming is going to have to ask 20 yes or no questions. He also gets 3 hints to try to guess the wrestler that Dark Knight 316 picked. And yeah, that's pretty much how the game was. Last week, I got down to the wire, and it ended up being Mark Marrow. So this week, let's see if he'll be able to get this. Now, I did tell him prior to this that it's a hard character, so we'll see if he can guess it. So let the questioning begin.
Alrighty, so was this wrestler before the Attitude Era?
Yes.
Alright, so that means it'd be 80s and 90s. Was this wrestler a world champion at some point? WCW world champ or WWF world champion?
No.
So they never won that. Did they win a mid-card IC TV title US?
Let me see here. No.
Okay, so were they ever in a tag team, or were they mainly solo?
They were in a tag team.
They were in a tag team.
And then they ended up becoming solo.
Ooh, that's an interesting one. Okay, did they ever win the tag team titles?
Yes, they won it twice.
So they won it twice.
Well, like this person won it twice with his partner.
With his partner.
Yeah.
Okay. Is this team in the Hall of Fame?
No.
As a tag team? No.
No.
Okay.
None of them are in the Hall of Fame.
None of them are in the Hall of Fame.
You're only needing the main guy, because the other guy I don't even
Do they have any kids who are currently wrestling as second or third generation superstars?
It didn't say anything of that, so I would say no.
Okay. So this is before 80s and 90s. Were they predominantly WWF?
At one point they did go to WCW, but they'll be more known in the WWF.
They've been more known in the WWF,
Yes.
and they're a tag team.
Yeah, but I would less focus on the tag team and focus on this guy's. He's more known in a solo career.
Yeah, but if he's never really won anything, he was a tag team and they never really won anything after. Was this guy part of the Attitude Era?
No.
He wasn't part of the Attitude Era. Okay. Is he currently wrestling now?
I'll take it back. He won a television title, depending on what that is equivalent in WCW.
So that's more like a mid card.
Yeah. So then he won the television title. It shows that he didn't win any mid card WWF titles.
And so he wasn't Attitude Era. And is he wrestling today?
No.
So we had to get the 80s and 90s wrestlers briefly. So did he briefly wrestle for the WWE in the 90s? Or is this the 80s that he wrestled?
Predominantly 80s. He did wrestle in the early 90s.
So it's late 80s, early 90s, part of a tag team that split up, and he became solo. All right, give me a hint.
Okay, these are his notable rivals that he had. He had a rival against Jake Roberts, Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair, Booker T, and Tito Santana.
Still doesn't help me. For notable rivals, that's pretty much you fought everybody in the early 80s and 90s.
Well, that's not everybody, because he didn't fight Hogan or Bret Hart.
There's part of the tag team. He mainly was more popular once he split from the tag team. more popular in the WWE and fought some WWE people. Did he ever wrestle in WrestleMania?
I would say. See, doesn't say that he was wrestled at a WrestleMania. It did say though that he did.
You can always ask the question if you're using ChatGPT.
Well, ChatGPT gave me all the accomplishments, so it doesn't say anything.
Hold your phone up so I can't see it, whereas you would look at it.
So it doesn't say anything about that. So I would say no, he never wrestled at a WrestleMania.
Okay, so if he's never wrestled at a WrestleMania, then he's only won a TV title.
Yeah, and then the tag team titles.
He's won a tag team title. WWF. And he's had notable rivals who pretty much everybody wrestled around that time. Give me another hint.
Okay, let's see. Okay, so this hint was at SummerSlam in '92. He faced Shawn Michaels in a match where both men agreed that they couldn't hit each other in the face because they were too handsome.
I think I know who it is then. I think. But what question am I on?
You're on 7.
I'm on 7 already? I thought it was 11.
Nope.
Did he win the tag titles in the WWF during that time? Or was it predominantly WCW?
No, he won it in the WWF, yes.
So then who would his tag team partner be? Were they a big tag team or they just briefly won it?
They won the tag team titles 3 times.
3 times. Damn.
Yeah. So it may not, depending on what you consider that as a.
I can't think of
tag team.
If it's the person I'm thinking of. I can't think of who his tag team partner would be. Was his did he ever have a rivalry against Boss Man?
Doesn't say a notable one. It's possible. It's possible that he did, but I'm not going to count that as one because I really don't know.
Well, because if he did, then I would think I would know who it is. But jeez, was he a part of the? This is off the wall, but was he part of the WWE board game?
Actually, yes. He's part of the board game. That's how I got it, and there'll be a anecdote afterwards.
I'm leaning towards I think I know who it is, but give me my last hint.
Okay, so the last hint was, let's see, which one would do that? Okay, so he won the tag team title twice with this tag team partner, Tony Guerrera, which was in the 80s and 82. Then, which he had feud with the Wild Samoans. Then his second tag team partner was Tom Zenka, and they were known as the Can American Connection.
I don't know who any of those
or
people
Strike
are.
Force.
I don't know who any of those people are, but I think I would take a guess at it.
You're going to take a guess at it already and not keep getting more clues? I tried to get more clues.
Well, because I'm running out of even clues to ask to be able to figure it out.
You can ask maybe did he have a gimmick? That kind of stuff. Like try to get
I think I know his gimmick.
Well, then you can ask questions to see if that solidifies it.
Okay.
Because you're on question 10. So.
I'm on question 10. Was he a model?
Yes.
Or, sorry, was his gimmick a model?
A model, yes.
All right.
When he came back the second time, though.
And so if he faced Shawn Michaels at SummerSlam, I'm going to take a crack at it because I think I already know who it is.
Okay.
I'm going to say it's the model Rick Martel.
Correct. That's who it is. Yes. You got that in 10, which is good.
The only reason why I know is because you said that they couldn't hit each other because they were each like prettier than each other or whatever. More handsome. Yeah. That's the only one I was able to figure it out because of that.
Yeah, so they said here that he was predominantly in AWA, he was a world champion, but that's not really, because he was 19 months as the longest AWA world champion. He beat Ric Flair, Stan Hansen, and Nick Bockwinkel. They said that when his tag team, the Strike Force, okay. So then he said he turned heel on his partner, that Tony Zenka, and Tony Zenka left the WWE, and then he became partners with Tito Santana. He turned on Tito Santana, and his heel gimmick was he reinvented himself as a narcissistic fashion model, obsessed with his look, arrogant and self-centered, carrying arrogance cologne that he'd either spray on himself or had it as a pump. And so
I remember the pump.
Mm-hmm. So they said that his key moments was he was spraying opponents with arrogance, constant looking at the mirror and posing, had a cocky promo and over-the-top vanity. They said that people still remember him as having one of the best WWF non-title heel gimmick of that era.
Better than the Repo Man?
They said that his big feud with Jake Roberts was he would spray the arrogance in Jake's eye, which resulted in at a SummerSlam match between Jake Roberts in a blindfold match. When he was against Shawn Michaels, they were famous that both men agreed not to hit each other in the face because they were too handsome. Became one of the most entertaining character-driven match in the early 90s.
How did they just suplexed each other the whole
like
time?
That, and then like kicked them in the shins and stuff. Then I
actually do not remember that match.
When they did the people left WWF or whatever. When he went to WCW, he was had a feud with Harlem Heat and Booker T and won the WCW champion. But then during that match with Booker T, he badly injured his knee and leg, which ended his career because he had a career injury.
So he won the world title, but then
the television title.
The television title?
Yeah, and he had to give it up.
I thought you said it was a world title.
No.
So he beat Booker T for the television title,
yeah.
and had to give it up because he injured himself.
There. They said that his signature move was the Boston Crab and the slingshot splash. They said that his major title was the World Heavyweight Champion in AWA, 4-time WWF Tag Team Champion. One was with Tito Santana that was null and voided because, it wasn't really his tag team partner. They gave it to him because he was with that other one was Strike Force, and then he won the television title. And then they said his notable rival. Some people say he should be in the Hall of Fame. He's not in the Hall of Fame. Mm-hmm. Either is his partner.
Well, if Hillbilly Jim can make it, why can't he make it in the Hall of Fame?
They said that his model gimmick was ahead of his time, and he's one of the wrestler's smoothest workers, which nobody said that he ever worked
stiff
or anything like that. So the only reason why I picked him because I was watching another wrestling channel, and they were talking about old nostalgia of 80s, 90s wrestling stuff, and they were like, "Hey, did anybody ever remember the WWF board game?" And people were like, "No, there was a board game," and they showed it up there, and I was like, "I remember we had that one because they had like Earthquake, Hogan, Warrior, Macho Man, and then they had like Shawn Michaels and like Rick Martel and a bunch of other ones." And I don't remember what you had to do. I think you just went around the board like a Monopoly one, but you had cards that was like suplex, slam, and all that stuff like that. And it was a pretty fun game because we were such big wrestling fans in there. So then I was like, because I remember you liked him as one of your favorite wrestlers for him and Shawn Michaels. You liked the model Rick Martel.
I don't remember.
And so I was like, I'll go pick that, see if he can remember that. And so I was surprised that you remembered the board game because that would have been one of the clues I was going to give you to see if you would guess it. But No, but you did pretty well guessing it in 10 on it. So I actually didn't think you.
I think that's the quickest anybody's ever guessed it in this game.
I don't think you would actually would have got it. I thought you would have been all mad, going, "Oh, you're trying to give me a hard one."
You try to make you cheat with your phone going like this, so then I can look at it. Let's put your phone up, so I don't get accused of cheating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I think you did.
So yeah, you know he does because apparently he was able to.
I think you did. So. I think you looked at my phone, and then you told me to put it up so that.
So I think that's a record. If it's 10 questions, I think it was more questions I asked, but if it's 10 questions, it's a record for this game.
I mean, that's cool.
Finished.
Do you think you were able to guess it? Put that down in the chat, or were you able to guess it like way earlier? Were you able to guess it once the Pretty Boy stipulation match came up? You were like, I know exactly what it was.
Would you be able to guess it on a book? I mean, you have 21 questions.
Would you have guessed it with just his rivalries alone between Jake Roberts, Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair, Booker T, all those ones?
Yeah, I don't remember him ever going up against like Ric Flair and all
that. But that was in WCW.
But they fought everybody. I mean, basically, that's the 80s and 90s. Everybody fought everybody.
Yeah, basically.
Today, it's like you're untouchable. Yep. You can't fight Roman Reigns.
Yep, because now they do it based off a class, where back in the 80s and 90s, like, well, we'll put you up against it, see how the audience feels. It's just a superstar.
I may go up against Hulk Hogan, but it's a squash match, but I still fought Hulk Hogan.
Yep. So if you liked this Wrestling 20 Questions, give a like and subscribe so we can do more of these. And if you like any of the wrestling news that we give, of course, like and subscribe so we can build this channel even higher and have more of these games. Maybe bring the audience on next time, to try to have them guess it. But like always, I am Dark Knight 316. This is Robert Wheeler Gaming, and we'll see you on the next episode of Tackles and Takedowns.
Take it easy, guys. God bless you guys.
Yep.